You're listening to the Good Food CFO podcast, where we challenge the status quo of the food industry, celebrate good food founders who are building businesses on their own terms, introduce industry disruptors, and are redefining equitability. If you're ready to build your financial confidence and join the good food revolution to change the way the food industry does business, you are in the right place. I'm the Good Food CFO and your host, Sarah Delavan. The Good Food CFO is evolving, and in this special bonus episode, I am sharing our new mission statement, digging into the why behind it and how it relates to the good food revolution. I'm also sharing a fun update about a new website, social handles, and a change that'll hit your inboxes beginning this week. I am super excited to share all of this with you, so let's get to it. On August 1st, we released episode 49 of the Good Food CFO podcast. It was titled, I Can No Longer Stay Quiet. That episode was completely unscripted, and in it, I shared the truth about the current state of the food industry and how it is stacked against small and emerging mission-driven food businesses. I also shared some insights into how I believe that we can create meaningful and equitable change within the industry and called for a good food revolution. As I mentioned, this episode was completely unscripted. And so while I had been thinking about all of these things that I shared during the episode for a number of weeks, and believed that a revolution, a united front to change the way that business is done in our food industry was needed, I did not have a fully formed idea of what the revolution would look like or how it would take shape or even what my role would be. I also didn't know how the episode would be received. It turns out there are a lot of you out there who have been experiencing many of the things that I shared during that episode and more. You want to see the very types of change within the industry that I'm describing and calling for. So many of you reached out via email and social media after the episode aired, and you shared it with your industry colleagues, so much so that it is our most downloaded, most listened to, and most shared episode to date. As a result of the resounding response to the episode from founders to disruptors to other industry consultants, we decided to hold a fireside chat and bring all of these folks together. It was an amazing opportunity to gather and create space for founders to share what struggles, frustrations, and wins you have had so that others can see themselves in your experience and also be inspired or encouraged, and to know that you are not alone in wanting to do things differently. On August 15th, we released episode 50, which was titled, Where Do We Go From Here? In that episode, I shared my big takeaways from the fireside chat. Our time together there truly confirmed for me that we need to highlight the companies that are creating a disruption in areas like distribution, food service, and retail so that more founders know the full breadth of options they have to build their businesses and how to successfully utilize those options and maximize opportunity. I also realized that a change, a disruption needs to happen in the media to combat the groupthink that is currently happening around how to build a business, to disrupt and change the financial stories being told in the media because they don't represent the majority. And we want to provide you with the financial insights, resources, and tools that you need to successfully build a business on your own terms, whatever that looks like for you. The fireside chat also confirmed that it's only when we are all here in support of each other that real change can happen. So we kicked off season 5 with a commitment to continuing to bring you the stories of food founders, the advice of experts, and conversations with disruptors in our industry. We also committed to ensuring that you have a way of reaching us directly to tell us what and who you'd like to hear from and about on the podcast by emailing us directly at jointheconvo@thegoodfoodcfo.com. I didn't have all the answers that day, but we had taken our first and second steps, and myself and my team were committed to listening to our audience in order to shape our next steps in moving the good food revolution forward. In the weeks that followed, we had weekly meetings to review survey feedback and discuss potential changes to the business, Sarah Delavan Consulting, possible updates and upgrades to the profitable food business community. I took calls with folks from all areas of the industry who heard episode 49 and reached out to learn more about how they could lend their experiences and their voices to the good food revolution and be part of the change. And then we went on company retreat in Joshua Tree. You may have seen some of our behind the scenes on social media, the 8 giant sticky notes and hundreds of smaller sticky notes that helped us map out the steps from August 15th to where we are today. 3 months later, our vision has fully taken shape. It is now November 15th, and we've got exciting updates for you. I'm going to start with our brand new mission statement because it explains the reason that the Good Food CFO exists. It describes our purpose and intention, supports our vision, and communicates our purpose and direction to our internal team, to you, the listener, to our future guests, and those in the industry who don't know us yet. But when they find us, they'll know exactly what the Good Food CFO is all about. The Good Food CFO is on a mission to build financial confidence, redefine equitability, and lead the good food revolution. Building financial confidence is first on the list because it is what the Good Food CFO has always focused on. It is at the core of what we do and is what the other elements of the mission statement are built on. They can only happen if we take care of building financial confidence first. Our former mission statement was to share financial strategies for building a profitable good food business, and the shift in our language is intentional. The word profitability can bring with it a lot of shame. Shame around not achieving it for some founders, and shame around achieving it for others. And that makes it difficult for many people to ask for support when they need it, and difficult to celebrate it when it's achieved. Profitability is a factor that can represent business success, but there is not one single path to profitability that can be replicated over and over again by different businesses. Everyone's path will be different. And profitability is not a constant. You may achieve it 1 month and not the next. You may achieve it 1 year and not the next. And depending on where you are in the life of your business, your goals, your focus, your profitability may not be a key performance indicator that you're tracking. Financial confidence is something that takes time to achieve, much like profitability, but it never leaves. And you can continue to gain financial confidence in various parts of your business as it grows and as you grow as a founder and a team. You can gain confidence around your pricing, negotiations, working with co-packers, 3PLs, you name it. When you are confident in the foundational financials of your business, you can build on that and build a successful business on your own terms. Our focus is on inspiring and building financial confidence in founders so that you can price your products confidently, walk into potential customer meetings confidently, negotiate with your partners confidently, and manage your money and make decisions confidently. Profitability may be a positive side effect of this work. Our focus is on inspiring and building financial confidence in founders so you can price your products confidently, walk into potential customer meetings confidently, negotiate with your partners confidently, and manage your money and make decisions confidently. With financial confidence comes the ability to redefine equitability, both within your business and across the food industry funding and supply chains. I want to talk about some examples of what redefining equitability looks like. For starters, being a good food, mission driven business owner or a member of the good food community who believes in transparency, giving back to and regenerating our earth, paying fair wages, and ensuring good working conditions in your supply chains is an act of redefining equitability within our food system. Letting go of industry standards is also an act of redefining equitability. For years now, I've been talking about the financial success formula and how unique it is to each business. There are industry benchmarks, and we talked about some of those in the last episode. But your business is unique. And as a non-commodity brand, your revenue and cost targets will surely differ from big business and from your fellow mission-driven businesses. Knowing your financial success formula and identifying the targets that are right for your business gives you the opportunity to redefine equitability within the walls of your business. A great example of this is how you pay your employees. Most good food business founders are not interested in getting rich and keeping their team underpaid and overworked. You can decide how your team is compensated and cared for financially, and how that level of compensation plays into your overall financial strategy and goals. Building a business on your own terms is also an act of redefining equitability within your business and across funding and supply chains. Building a business on your own terms means that you are choosing to sell your products and grow your business in whatever channel best suits you and your business. That you don't have to choose the traditional CPG path of selling into large grocery chains and through distribution. It also means that you are determining how to fund your business. If outside funding is something you're comfortable with, if you want to give up a portion of your ownership, use traditional funding methods, or get creative and work with disruptors in the investing and funding industries. These are all ways that you are redefining equitability within your business and across funding and supply chains within the food industry. When you've got financial confidence and knowledge of your options, you can make this a reality. And as more and more businesses do this work and build businesses on their own terms and say no to things that don't work for them, even if it's the way things have always been done, the revolution moves forward. We know that big retail owns and controls the majority of our food system. Their interests are in profits for their shareholders, not the health of our community or planet, or the growth and success of emerging good food brands. New ways of thinking, questioning how things have always been done, reimagining and disrupting the business side of this industry. This is what is needed to create real change and catapult the good food movement forward. There are so many food businesses and brands, farms and fishermen and ranchers who are doing the necessary and very hard work to grow, raise, and distribute better food. And the lopsided way of doing business in this industry is a huge barrier to the widespread and lasting change that is needed and that we all desire. We have the ability as a network of founders, consultants, retailers, and buyers to do things differently, to disrupt the status quo and create real change. There are lots of businesses already doing this work, already questioning the way the industry operates, already pushing back and doing things on their own terms. And I hear you when you say that you want to share your stories, be supportive to other founders, get support, and move this revolution forward. Our mission statement now states that the Good Food CFO is leading the good food revolution. It is by way of conversation, collaboration, and creating spaces where individuals from across the industry can come together and create real change. As I said at the start of this episode, the Good Food CFO is evolving. In addition to our new mission statement, I'm so excited to announce the launch of the Good Food CFO website. It is live today and now houses all of our podcast episodes. It will also be the future home of our reimagined community and where you can find tools, resources, workshops, and courses to support you in building your financial confidence, not just from me, but also from industry experts you've heard here on the podcast and future guests as well. I'll be sharing updates here on the podcast and in our Good Food CFO newsletter each week as the website rollouts happen. If you're not already on our mailing list and getting podcast updates sent to your inbox, you can sign up in the show notes or by visiting thegoodfoodcfo.com. I hope you'll all go and check it out. Last but not least, we've also got an updated social media handle. The Sarah Delavan Consulting Instagram has changed as of this morning to the Good Food CFO. So much of our content on social media is podcast focused and has evolved over the last few months into the conversations that I believe are necessary to grow the good food revolution and keep it moving forward. Sarah Delavan Consulting is still alive and well and serving our fractional CFO clients. But the Good Food CFO can reach a broader audience, and it is now a brand and a destination of its own where you can find this podcast and other free content, lower cost tools and support, and soon our community. As a listener of this podcast, you are part of the good food revolution. If you want to help us grow this movement and reach more people, there are a few quick and easy things you can do. Number one is to rate and review this podcast on whatever platform you listen to it on. These ratings and reviews help other podcast listeners to find us. Number two is to share about the Good Food CFO mission and the Good Food Revolution on social media. Tag the Good Food CFO on Instagram so we can see it, send a thank you, and also give you a shout out. Number three is to stay tuned to the podcast and to your inbox for updates and share them with your community. And number four is to send your thoughts, feedback, show ideas, and any questions you have to join the convo at thegoodfoodcfo.com. I want to thank you for joining me here to celebrate the launch of our new mission statement, new podcast art, new website, new newsletter, and new social media handle, and of course, for being a part of the good food revolution. I'll be back with a brand new episode in just 1 week.